that, drop that, drop that, drop that.
This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. We're at Waterworld. Now for 35 years, they have grown into America's biggest and America's best family water park, serving locally Denver as well as visitors across the nation. I'm here with Joanne Cortez. Joanne, thanks for joining us here today. I mean, quite honestly, we're talking about 12 million visitors, 70 acres of fun, 48 attractions here on the land here, and 35 years. I'd say we have a lot to celebrate here this year, all coming from one park.
Well, thanks for being here with us. You know, we are celebrating 35 wonderful years. We started with 2 small slides in 1979, and here we are. 48 attractions, over 70 acres. We're rocking and rolling, and we're just getting ready to start the season right now, but as you can see, we're ready to go.
Absolutely. Let me ask you this, 12 million visitors, that's really something quite to boast. And the only way you can possibly do that successfully is making sure you have something for everyone. We're talking about toddlers to teenagers to senior citizens who are young at heart. Is that correct?
We have everything from the mild to the wild. I mean, you can spend the day floating around Lazy River and have a great time and just do that, or you can take a slide down 3 of America's fastest, highest, and most unusual body slides. So we have something for everyone. And we've got our themed attractions like Lost River of the Pharaohs and Voyage to the Center of the Earth. We've got a lot to see, almost too much to see in one day.
Quite honestly, you've got, first of all, easily planned. When you walk in the park, you've got a nice map right there. You also have maps that help people get themselves around. But even the night before, really, if you're well informed, you're going to enjoy the park more. You've got an interactive map right there on your website as well.
Absolutely. We've invested a lot in our website, so folks can get to that website at waterworldcolorado.com and really take a virtual tour, plan their day out. We just changed it this year, so we're very proud of what we've come up with and invite everybody to come join us there.
You guys are basically the experts of water fun here in Denver, and obviously by paying special attention to that of safety, that's got to be big for you.
It's huge. It's our number one priority. Of course, we love the fact that all of our guests are having an enjoyable day, but we're all about safety. And we have 300 trained lifeguards that we take personal responsibility for, and they are terrific. They are alert, very well trained, they're certified, and we're very proud of our lifeguard team. You know, what we worry about, honestly, is in terms of water safety, is folks that are just on vacation, maybe visiting a beach or a lake or a river, going out sailing. There's not always lifeguards around, so here at Waterworld, you're going to be very safe, but we encourage people to take advantage of local water safety programs, swim lessons, that type of thing. It's really key, and it's a lifelong skill that you never lose, so we encourage that.
Wonderful. I mean, you take part in the Water Safety Month that just passed us here in Colorado. Obviously, you're doing everything you can, making sure the employees are always keeping a watchful eye, like you said, trained and certified lifeguards around there. What we, as parents, what can we do to make sure the kids have a great time here?
The number one rule is never leave your kids alone. You know, give them those swim lessons, but never, ever leave your kids alone. And the other thing is, even as an adult, don't swim alone. It just doesn't make any kind of sense at all. Of course, a lot of times people will forget, you know, the sunscreen, which is very, very important, especially here in Colorado, and also to stay hydrated.
Waterworld was voted one of the best water parks by that on the Travel Channel. That's huge compared to a lot of parks out there. But yet you're basically community driven. You have stayed true to the name by making it affordable for the locals. Share with us what you're able to do compared to a lot of the other places around.
Yes, we're community owned and operated, and yet the style and the number of variety of attractions that we have really put us into an elite league. We are one of the 10 best water parks in the entire world, and as the largest publicly owned water park in the country, we take that responsibility very, very strongly, and we hope to stay on top. And we have other privately owned water parks that come visit us all the time and see what we're doing, and obviously we have a lot to offer, and we learn from them just as well as they learn from us.
Wonderful. I mean, one of the favorites here is the fact that you can come in, you got ample parking, and basically I'm not paying for it at the front door.
That's right. Well, that's also what makes us unique as a community-owned park. We offer free parking. You can bring your own picnic lunches in, or you can take advantage of our wonderful concessions. You know, we offer those at a very, very low price. And this year we've initiated a new buffet where you pay one price and you eat all you care to eat all day long.
Obviously, Waterworld has to be one of the largest employers of our youth here in Denver. Is it important for you to give back to the community?
We hire about 1,000 local youth every summer, and it's a lot of training, a lot of, we expect them to be great employees. It's for a lot of kids, it's their first job. So we give them the right skills so that they can go forth and be good employees in their next job. But yes, we have young people that help us in the cashier area, in the guest services area, in the food service area, and there's just a lot of things that kids can learn from us. And what we found is oftentimes the oldest child will come work for us, and then the younger ones just can't wait for their turn.
Steve, I'm here with the management team. Obviously, you have a huge team out here making sure everyone's having a great time. You yourself have been with the park for many, many years. Share with me as you've seen the park evolve into what it is today over 35 years.
Wow, over 35 years I've seen it grow from the first 2 water slides in the state of Colorado. That was in 1979. To one of the largest water parks in the United States. We started out employing just a few kids the first summer, and now our initial hire this summer is about 950 kids that help run this park for us. Since 1980, I think we've employed almost 20,000 kids from the community.
That's a great way to give back to our community, absolutely. Obviously, some of the roots here are deep bedded. We're talking about Circus. I've heard that there's a certain ride here. Share with me.
The gondola that we have in place right here, we actually purchased from Circus Hotel back in, I think it was 1997. And it actually didn't cost us very much money. It cost us quite a bit to put in, but it's a wonderful, not only it's a ride in itself, but it's a great transportation device from the north end of the park down to the south end of the park.
We're talking about a family entertainment place here. We've probably seen kids that were starting small many years ago, now bringing their own family here. How does that make you feel being part of that?
Well, other than making me feel old, it makes us feel very proud that we've had a lot of family traditions here at this park. We've had a lot of kids who have come as youngsters. We still have kids. They're older now, but they came in 1979 with those first 2 water slides, and now they bring their children and grandchildren sometimes to the park now.
I noticed that the park basically keeps up with modern technology. We're talking about everything electronically, being able to bring your tube up the hill for you. Is that something that you ever imagined?
Not in the beginning. We thought we'd just build water slides. And then eventually we got into some theming. So in 1990, we built Lost River of the Pharaohs with animatronics. So it was really the first time animatronics were put in a water park setting in 1990. And then we expanded on that concept. And now we have a very technical water coaster that we have in the park. So yes, things are a little more technical now these days, and the rides are much more exciting.
Definitely much more exciting for folks out there in Denver. Obviously, the locals know this is the place to be. Folks that are traveling across the nation here, how do you compare this with other parks around the country?
Well, I compare it with a lot of the parks across the country very well. In fact, we hear from a lot of people who are coming across the country, and they like to come here, and they think we're one of the best water parks that they visited across the country.
They have all kinds of fun rides, and they have the Mile High Flyer and all that other cool stuff like that.
It's also just the best water park I've ever been to, and it's the only water world I know of, and I love it. It's fun.
Go on it. Yeah, just go on it. I mean, come on, people. It's the best right here.
Basically 48 attractions, that's so many, we can't touch on all of them, but I know you've added a few new ones in the past couple years. Share with us some of the favorites.
Our newest is the Mile High Flyer. It's a hydromagnetic, linear inducted type of attraction where water flows upward. I mean, how many times have you ridden? It's basically a roller coaster on water. And so that's still very new, and people are enjoying that. And we've added some new elements to Voyage to the Center of the Earth. We added a brand new T-Rex, and he's awesome and fearsome and wonderful. And then also at the Egyptian-themed dark ride, Lost River of the Pharaohs, we've added some laser technology, and then we added to that with some hologram technology.
Always keeping it exciting and fun. Everything from the Colorado Raging River to the Lazy River. You can definitely set your pace here at Waterworld, which makes it great for the adrenaline junkies out there that want to get right to it. What do you think would be the number one spot for them?
I would encourage them, those that really want to be challenged physically and just enjoy that thrill ride, to head over to our racing zone where we have Turbo Racer, which is an 8-lane belly down face first racer with a digital timer, so you can race your friends, time yourself, and see who really is the champion. And then also we've got Flatline, Redline, and Pipeline, which are vertical slides, body slides. Just incredibly scary. I love them though, and I know a lot of people line up for those too. And then we've got Double Dare, which is a side-by-side racer, and we've just keep adding to that area. But what I love about that area is that it's adjacent to the Big Top Family Fun Zone, which is a circus type of attraction where the younger kids can be. So if you're a family with older kids and younger kids, then you can set yourself down in that area, and there truly is something for everyone in every age.
Speaking of getting right to it, getting in the fun, the park opens at 10 o'clock, but what about if somebody wants to come in for an early arrival? How do they go about doing that?
We typically open the gates around 9:45 for our season pass holders, and if you're at the gate, you can get in around 9:45. I encourage people to do that and head for those very, very popular attractions like Voyage to the Center of the Earth, Lost River of the Pharaohs, and of course the Mile High Flyer. Get there early so you don't have to wait in line. But one of the unique things about Waterworld is that we are spread over 70 acres, so it doesn't feel like you're cramped in a line trying to get on an attraction. There's beautiful flowers everywhere. It's a true beach experience, and for landlocked Colorado, it's just all we can offer. It's the best of the best in terms of that beach fun.
If we have viewers out there that are coming across the nation, they've never been here before, how many days do you guys recommend setting aside to get it all in?
I would recommend at least 2. And a lot of folks take advantage of our Splash Pass so that they can come back time and again during the summer. And they're really the smart ones because it's really a park that's designed so that you can take advantage of an area by area. But if you want to come in and get it all done in one day, you can certainly do that too.
Obviously, they're going to spend a full day here to get everything in, and so therefore they're probably going to get a little hungry. Share with us once again how to whet their appetite, what the Pharaoh's got in mind. Touch on that again.
Well, that's Pharaoh's Feast, and that's our pay one fee, eat all you can, all day long, all you care to eat all day long, and we have some wonderful food choices there, as well as at our entire park. I mean, we have quality food at really low prices, but then again, if you want to bring in a picnic lunch, you're welcome to do that as well.
Wonderful. That is Waterworld, folks. America's biggest, America's best. Take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. On the website, first of all, you can check it out because they spend a lot of time there making sure that you're going to enjoy your stay. We're talking about an interactive map right there. We're also talking about the fact that if you're traveling here, they can show you where to lodge in the area as well. Take a look at season passes. That may be something for you as well. They really have a lot of links there that will help you enjoy your stay here. I mean, this is a place where you can bring your small family, extended family, you name it. We're celebrating 35 years. This got to be a great place for folks to celebrate a birthday party. Do you guys have that as well?
Oh, we have all sorts of great group prices and amenities for groups. So yeah, we would suggest that if you're celebrating a birthday, a graduation, some folks even want to have a wedding here, and we're certainly amenable to that. Any kind of group event, we're all about it.
Wonderful. All about it. Obviously, you can bring out your corporate group out here as well, do some great bonding. You've got cabanas that have to be great when it comes to protecting overhead.
Yeah, when we initiated our cabana program, we were wondering how receptive the public would be to that. It is truly one of our most popular amenities. They go quickly. You need to reserve them far in advance, and you can do that right at our website.
Wonderful. Once again, if you're looking for something to take your breath away, you're an adrenaline junkie, this is the place to be. Always, we're talking about epic summers of fun here, 35 of them. And what I love about the park is that basically details have been taken care of for everyone to have fun. I don't care if you never even got on a ride before. If you're a senior citizen, you could walk around. The park is impeccably cared for. We're talking about it looks like a lush environment for everyone.
We put a lot of effort, time, and money into our flower program. So a lot of folks come just for the flowers. And of course, the funnel cakes are a big draw. In fact, we ought to go have a funnel cake.
America's biggest, America's best. That's Waterworld here in Denver, Colorado. This is Gary Atencia with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know. This is Gary Atencia with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. We're here at the Hard Rock Cafe. I am here with Kevin Kern, who is the Director of Public Relations for none other than Graceland. The year is 2014. We are celebrating 60 years of really a truck driver who walked into Sun Recording Studios and made history for everyone. First of all, Kevin, I imagine it's any year is exciting to be part of this organization for you, but even more so today. Tell me what's going on here.
Right, we're celebrating 60 years of Elvis and rock and roll. It was July 5th, 1954, that Elvis walked into Sun Studio and recorded That's All Right, and many music historians consider that the shot heard around the world in terms of a music revolution and the beginning of rock and roll for the masses. And it happened in Memphis, Tennessee, and that's the place that Elvis called home, and that's where Graceland is. And Graceland is the rock and roll destination, a pilgrimage of sorts for music and history enthusiasts. And so we've got a brand new exhibit that celebrates 60 years of Elvis and rock and roll at Graceland, and we brought a few of the King's treasures here to Denver today.
Why don't we go into that a little bit? Start off, first of all, I see what looks like a script in front of me here. Right. What do we have?
We have Elvis's script from Jailhouse Rock. At the time that Elvis was provided this copy, it says Untitled Presley Story. So the movie didn't have a title at that point. It was and eventually became known as Jailhouse Rock based on the featured song Jailhouse Rock. One of the reasons why this artifact is in the exhibit, because we're talking about Elvis's place in pop culture history, and Jailhouse Rock, that song performance with the dance is considered one of the world's first music videos. And so Elvis shaking his hips doing the Jailhouse Rock with the other inmates is truly an iconic number in there. We also have Elvis's 45 of That's All Right, his first record on the Sun record label. We have his personal copy of that record. And then sitting next to it is before Elvis became a household name, and those are his pay stubs from Crown Electric, where he was a delivery truck driver and earned $1 an hour and $1.50 an hour for overtime, and tax donation or contributions $2.32. So times have changed, but it's really interesting to see a side of Elvis before he was known as the King of Rock and Roll.
Absolutely. We're talking about $30 a week there, I see on a pay stub. Quite amazing, although he was one to really give back to the world, not only in music, but in contribution as well.
Right. Elvis was very philanthropic. He supported a variety of causes, from the March of Dimes to children's homes to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in Memphis. Elvis supported a lot of charities, and he grew up very poor and not having things, and so he was certainly keen to give back where he could, and his legacy lives on today through the Elvis Presley Charitable Foundation.
Quite a contrast what he's got here compared to 1957. He puts out this movie. Like Hal Wallace, the producer, said, there's always one sure thing you can count on, and that's an Elvis Presley movie to be successful. I see some dashing red over there. What do we have?
We do. We have some dashing red. Elvis wore this in one of the scenes in Viva Las Vegas. There's a scene where Elvis is singing and comes through a set of almost saloon doors, faux saloon doors, and he's wearing this red shirt. and it's truly an iconic piece of wardrobe. Occasionally, Elvis would take home things from the movie set. He'd buy them from the studio, and this is one piece that he did. We also have, the red MG from Blue Hawaii. That's one thing that he really liked and wanted after the filming of the movie. So, this is truly an iconic piece and part of the exhibit, because Viva Las Vegas was truly a mainstream hit, both in the theaters and in terms of the soundtrack record sales.
Nice dashing red. Quite honestly, the man could look good in anything. I imagine females, males can agree on that, and also would look good next to a redhead, be it one of the female leads.
Yeah, Anne Margaret and Elvis, of course, danced quite a bit in this film and made lots of music and movie history in that film.
Like we mentioned before, obviously, to visit Graceland, one of the most visited homes, I imagine right there next to the White House. Is that still so?
Yeah, Graceland remains one of the most iconic homes in America and second most famous home in the country after the White House. There are a variety of historic home tours, and Graceland ranks right up there with the Biltmore and Monticello and Mount Vernon. But we're a unique historic home tour. We're not a home to a presidential or a political figure. We're home to the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley, in the center of the country, and we average around 600,000 visitors from all over the globe. We offer our tour in 9 languages, closed captioning for the hearing impaired as well. So it's a great experience for the entire family, because it's you don't have to be an Elvis fan to visit Graceland and enjoy it. It really just an interest in music or history or even cars, because Elvis had a variety of motorized vehicles, and we have over 25 plus in our car museum. So a lot to see and do at Graceland in Memphis, the best barbecue on both sides of the Mississippi.
Wonderful. I mean, so obviously, if we have viewers out there who have never visited Graceland, this would be a great year to do so, because quite honestly, 60 years we're celebrating. He walked into Sun Recording Studios and really changed history for the music industry. Check out the website at the bottom of the screen right there. That is elvis.com. You can also sign up to their newsletter. They'll keep you apprised of everything going on, a lot of the news out there. As you know, Elvis can be seen anywhere. I know I visited Graceland many years ago, and like you said, it's a really a magical place to go to when those gates open up, and basically you can hear in your head, "Welcome to my world." You know you're in the king's home, and the king is in the building. This is Gary Atencia with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know. This is Gary Atencia with CNTV, and today we're in Canyon City, Colorado. We are here at the Royal Gorge Zipline Tours. Since 2005, they are one of the newest outdoor attractions here, one of the best Colorado has seen. I am here with Ty, who is the owner. Let me ask you, Ty, basically for 9 years now, you've been taking people to the sky. They seem to love it. What got you involved in this industry, first of all?
Back when I was going to high school and college, I became a raft guide, and that's was always been my passion. So that's when I got into rafting back in 1987.
Wonderful. Let me ask you this. Folks come out here to Colorado. In the wintertime, they hit the white slopes. In the summertime, they're hitting the white water. But quite honestly, those who want the best rush around, they're also going to take to the sky. Why do you think it is zip line's gotten so popular?
Just a free-falling experience. It's just an amazing flying through the air, and it's just fast and dangerous and just good time.
A good time. Speaking of a good time, obviously folks that are advanced love coming out here and doing it. What ages are you able to accommodate here?
Basically, it's based on weight, so 70 pounds to 250 pounds. So basically, in that 7-year-old range is about when we can start to get them out there on the zip lines.
You've got basically 20 lines to choose from right now as of this taping. That's a lot of footage if you really want to think about that.
Yeah, absolutely. We have 2 courses. Our classic course has 9 lines. Our extreme course has 11 lines with a 70-foot rappel. So it's a good afternoon either way.
Somebody out there is on the website, they're deciding which one of those courses they want to go, either the classic or extreme. What would you prefer, or what do you recommend when they're looking at a classic? What is that all about?
I'd say for younger kids, the classic tour is by far the best option. It's the hikes aren't nearly as extreme, and then the The zips themselves are still fast and a great time, but it's just perfect for the first generation of kids going out zipping.
Let me ask you, obviously, you've enjoyed it for many years here. What is some of the response you get for some of these participants?
We've been number one on TripAdvisor for 3 years on the zipline course, and that's when we opened the zipline course 3 years ago. Rafting, we were number one, and then the zipline course took over. So we've been number 1 and 2 on TripAdvisor for the past basically decade, so we're pretty proud of that.
What I like here is obviously the convenience. I mean, you've got a beautiful bar right here with a restaurant. You're obviously minutes from the base here to where you got to get to the zip line. Does that make it easy for folks?
Yep, it's super easy. You just check in, you come rafting in the morning, come back, have lunch at the Whitewater Bar and Grill, and then we go zip line in the afternoon, and it just makes for a perfect day, we call it.
Wonderful. Obviously, safety is number one with you folks here. Explain to me how you're able to take some steps here along with some skilled, experienced guys to help them out there.
Yep, everybody's ACCT certified guides, so that means they just go through a rigorous training. They're certified to zip anywhere in the world, so they're just the best of the best, and basically we're just great fun guides. You'll love them.
We've got basically the 14,000 worlds of peaks here. You can take a look at Colorado in a great way, many ways, but be able to take it from the sky, that's got to be kind of a unique experience.
It's really cool view when you get up top of the classic course here. You'll see multiple 14ers on the Sangre de Cristo mountain range, and it's a beautiful ride.
Are you guys open year-round here?
We zip line year-round. We raft from basically April 15th through about October 15th, and then it gets a little too chilly, but we zip line all year long.
Wonderful. Folks, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see basically is their website. On the website, you're going to get a clear idea of all the outdoor activities they offer here. The zip line is something great they do. They started out with rafting, where they became basically number one in the area here. People are turning to them for a great time outdoors, and basically you can make your reservations right there online. Let me ask you, Ty, obviously zip line, something you do, rafting as well. What else do you provide for folks here?
We have 3 vacation rentals, 3 mansions that you can rent. Up to 20 people sleep in each of the homes, and it makes for great family reunions or weddings, or just a really nice view overlooking the whole Sangre de Cristo mountain range.
Someone who has never been here before, be it the natives here of Colorado or possibly statewide, nationwide, what would you tell them if they've never been around here before?
We call it good, cheap fun down here in Canyon City. Southern Colorado's got a beautiful feel to it. It's easy going. It's laid back. There's not the traffic of Denver or up I-70. So when you're from Denver, we're only 2 hours away. So come on down and see us from Parker. We're an hour and 45 minutes. So you can be here for dinner here and see in 2 hours.
I was extremely surprised as we came down from Denver. Quite honestly, it's one of the shortest trips I've taken. It was wonderful.
Yep, and there's no traffic. Like I say, you get through Springs and it's home free, and it's easy to get here. We're an hour from Springs and 2 hours from Denver, and it's good, cheap fun down here.
Wonderful. Good, cheap fun, folks. Come out, take a look here. This is Canyon City, Colorado. We're talking about Royal Gorge rafting, Royal Gorge zip line, and basically you can do a rental here up to 20 people. It's a great place to come out here in Colorado. Open year-round, and obviously rafting is big here in the summertime. Go check them out. The website's right at the bottom of the screen again. Click on it. Simple as a click away, and you can have a reservation for your family, corporate event, you name it, they're going to take care of you out here. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Canyon City, Colorado. We are here at Whitewater Adventure Outfitters. Since 1996, they have been the elite quality company here to go down the White Colorado Rapids. I am here with Tony, who is the founder and owner. Let me ask you, first of all, Tony, what is it that got you involved in this line of work?
Well, I was a guide for several years in Salida, about an hour upriver from here, for a really large rafting company. And when I met my wife Kathy in 1991, her dream was to open a rafting company, so we pursued that. We operated an office for another company down here in the Royal Gorge area for a couple years. when we decided to buy out a company in Salida and start our own business.
Really, there's no trip to Colorado is complete without going down the Whitewater Rapids. Is that what folks are basically coming through you for?
That's pretty much what we do here is rafting trips. We package with some other companies that do zip line and train rides and things like that. But primarily what we do here is rafting on the Arkansas River in Browns Canyon, Bighorn Canyon, and the Royal Gorge. We open around mid-April each year and we close sometime in September depending on water level. We've been open as late as early October. Typically after Labor Day things wind down.
Is the Arkansas really that popular?
The Arkansas River is the most popular river in the western United States. The Royal Gorge is one of the most popular trips in Colorado, and it is one of the best whitewater trips you can take in Colorado.
So not only do we have a great river, but you also have to have a great staff. You've got some experienced people you work with. What precautions do you take to make sure that these guys are knowing how to take care of the folks that come in?
Gosh, we operate in a Colorado State Park, and the rules are voluminous of how we have to operate our business and how we have to train guides and maintain records on guides and the things we have to do as far as not only initial guide training, but also advanced guide training to become certified on trips, more advanced trips such as the Royal Gorge. Like I tell guides all the time, training never stops. Every trip is different, even though a lot of times it's the same section. Water levels change constantly. People are always different. I tell them you got to be a good coach. If you're not a good coach, you're not a good guide. I have a saying that I tell guides all the time that all good boatmen are good guides, but not all good guides are good boatmen.
Jack, you just spent a weekend here with the Whitewater Outfitters. What kind of experience you have there?
We had a great time. We had a family moment, be able to spend the night together out on the river just a few minutes from home. It was great. It was a good escape. The guides had this ability to identify us very quickly, and so we were able to laugh and joke, and they're able to train you. They're able to take that feeling, that apprehension away. And then when you get on the river, you figure out real quick when you're starting to go in between rocks and up and down, you figure out real quick that they know exactly what they're doing.
Obviously, folks that are dealing with different personalities every day. Not only that, they're dealing with a living entity called water, which basically can change at a moment's notice. What are some of these trips that you're able to take out here? Are we talking about for children all the way up to advanced?
We take kids as young as 6, and on our more beginner trips, on our beginner half-day trip in Bighorn Canyon, our minimum age in the Royal Gorge ranges from 13 to 16, 18 at higher flows. We don't take really very small children. They need to be old enough to comprehend the things we explain in the safety speech and understand simple instructions.
Someone out there who's never experienced the family trip, would a half day be a good place to start with?
Half-day trip is a good place to start. A lot of first-timers do our trips in the Royal Gorge at more moderate flows. The full-day trip is a great experience for a first-time person because you're in our beginner section in the morning, then we have lunch, and then you're in the more advanced section in the afternoon, so it kind of builds up to itself a bit.
Somebody who's only gone out for maybe a quarter day, half day, even like myself, and now you put on a couple days out there, what was one of the advantages of that to you?
We built up this experience. We learned a little bit more, and you wanted more. I mean, I think if I were only here for a quarter of a day, I would feel like I missed out. By the end of 2 days, I feel like I had a really full and rich experience.
I've experienced a half-day trip before, but nothing really touched the experience of spending the night. I mean, we're talking about a 2-day out there on the water as well as overnight. That's got to be one of your bigger packages. Do you think this is the ultimate way to experience Colorado?
Our Browns Canyon Royal Gorge 2-day is a very popular trip. It's for sure our most popular overnight trip. We run several different overnighters. I think that one gives you the best experience of the whole river because you do Browns Canyon the first day, Bighorn Canyon, and the Royal Gorge the second day, and it's complete with guides to do your bidding for you at camp.
I mean, after doing research with your company, I knew I was going to be surprised with the experience of your staff and the people, but quite honestly, I was a little shocked and amazed that it was more than just whitewater rafting. We're talking about these guys know how to put out a meal and they know how to treat folks great.
Yeah, some of our guides are very good cooks. Sean is actually a chef, and he's worked in a lot of really nice restaurants, and he does a great job on the overnighters. Even more experienced guides that's worked for me for 20 years, Dave, does a lot of overnight trips down in Big Bend National Park. That's pretty much all he does down there in the fall and in the early spring, and he does a lot of our overnighters as well. They're excellent at it.
As I got to speak with a lot of the guys out there, they feel pretty fortunate to be out on the water, and quite honestly, they love what they do. That really comes through, I think, when it comes to dealing with the people out there. Is that what you experienced back when you were doing guiding yourself?
Yeah, certainly nobody gets into this for the money, so it all becomes a love of the river and a love of rafting and just being able to be a little freer with your lifestyle. A lot of our guides work at the ski areas in the winter, and their raft guides in the summer. It kind of rounds out the whole year for them.
Speaking of the whole year out there, you've got different combination packages as well. Share with me what you're able to combo up with. We're talking about a train ride on some. You can do a zip line. What are some of those features?
We partner with a zip line company in Salida called Captain Zip Line, and we do rafting, zip line, which you can do both in the same day, or you can do those in separate days. We also partner with the Royal Gorge Route Train, which is one of the most phenomenal train rides in the country. It goes all the way through the Royal Gorge, as obviously do our rafting trips. And that's probably our most popular package, is the rafting with the train ride. We do some other stuff with horseback riding, and we do some rock climbing combination packages as well.
Excellent. So you name it, if basically you want to come down and enjoy the white water, this is a great place to start out doing it. You guys have been doing it for many years now, and you're very good at it. You've got it down to a science. I mean, I look at what the guys do out there as kind of an art. I mean, they're able to speak with people, keep it friendly, but yet at the same time, I see behind the scenes a lot of professionalism going on, and I think folks out there are to benefit from that.
Most of our guides have been around here long enough to where they know the process and they know the drill without a whole lot of input from us, although it's very difficult for us to not be micromanagers due to the fact that there's so much the safety aspect involved in people. We catch a lot of things that the guides don't catch in the office, and checking people in, non-swimmers, for instance, language barriers, things that we deal with every day that they need to know about before they get on the river with certain people.
Absolutely. Well, I can tell you from basically going out there and experiencing this that the guides took care of us very well. Everything was explained to us. Even with a disability myself, they were able to slow it down for me, break it down for me, which was wonderful. But I think, like you said, it takes the entire management team here to make sure that you guys are putting a package together that people can be safe with and at the same time have a great time.
Safety is obviously paramount, but it's all about fun. What we really sell here is great memories.
And that's exactly what we received. Folks, if you take a look at the bottom of the screen right there, you're going to see that's Whitewater Adventure Outfitters. Basically, from the minute you get on the bus there, you're going to be in for a treat because of the fact that you've got some guides that love doing what they're doing, and they're out on the water, and they're there to show you a great time. But keep in mind, behind the scenes, safety is always number one. You've got a staff that's been doing it for many years here. You can go right on the website and click and book right there with them.
I've been rafting once before, but just for a half-day trip. This was totally different because it was 2 days, so you had time to get used to it for the first hours, and then more time to just enjoy it. And
what about the scenery?
Oh, amazing.
One of the things I was surprised at was the fact that there's a lot of different experiences that you go through while you're out there. I mean, one thing, there's moments where you're just peaceful, it's relaxing, you're enjoying the scenery from a vantage point that really you can't get from a car or from anything else. On the other hand, around that bend is you've got some exhilaration coming, anticipation, and is that what you think makes rafting so much fun for folks?
I think one of the things that makes rafting so much fun for people is it's an experience that they've never undertaken before, and even for people that are very nervous and not very certain that they want to go in the first place, those are the people that usually come back wanting more and a more advanced trip and to go again very soon. So I think one of the things that makes rafting so much fun is it teaches you that you can accomplish things that you didn't think you could.
And I found out the fact that if so needed, you guys can accommodate with wetsuits all the way from the head to toe. I mean, quite honestly, they don't need to bring much but a good positive attitude.
Spirit of adventure is good to have. We can accommodate people as far as I always tell people, we can make you impervious to the conditions.
Impervious to the conditions. I am a living proof of that. Folks, basically I showed up here with nothing more than a towel and a swimsuit, and they had me set up in a tent on the side. They had a sleeping bag. They've got complete wetsuits all the way from head to toe. This is the Whitewater Adventure Outfitters, located here in Canyon City, Colorado. Come out and check them out. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Golden, Colorado. We are here within the Heritage Square. We're at the Miners Maze Adventureland. Since 2009, they have been creating smiles and making memories for folks, visitors throughout Colorado. I'm here with Jared, who is the managing partner. Jared, thanks for joining us here today. Let's start off, first of all, obviously to be a part of this, you got to enjoy creating smiles and making people have a lot of fun out there.
Absolutely. We love serving families. So as a Colorado small business, this is what we're about.
Obviously, back in the day, miners were out there. They were hunting for great treasures. I imagine somebody hunting for a lot of activities is bound to find it here. I mean, the location is great because, quite honestly, you're up here in the mountains. Yet you're just a stone's throw away from the city.
So we're 15 minutes away from Denver Metro downtown. And we're right in the foothills of the Rockies. So folks that live downtown can come and check us out. Tourists, they enjoy coming to check us out because, we're a lot closer than other destinations.
And one thing, obviously, being in the mountains here, one of the newer activities you got here is the Rocky Mountain Ropes I see behind me here. Share with me what that's all about.
So the Rocky Mountain Ropes course is our brand new 25-element, 2-story ropes course. It's been awesome because we've really increased our team building business as a result of it, our group business because of it. Folks have the opportunity to come out and work together, work on their communication skills, collaboration. So yeah, we're excited about it.
So not only talking about little kids, we're talking about grown adults being kids as well. I love it. Obviously, it's a challenging course up there, but also safety is number one with you guys. It looks like everybody's pretty well connected.
Absolutely. So the system is called an Alou truss, and the way it works is everybody's clipped into a harness and a lanyard. Each one will support 10,000 pounds, so a small elephant could really do it if they were able to. It's safe. We do daily inspections. We have safety audits very regularly, and never had an incident on it. So.
Well, it was really that up there because you had to do a whole bunch of obstacles and go on. And I wasn't afraid because there was things that hold you up.
There's many things to do, and it's challenging, so it makes it really fun.
Obviously, a Western adventure wouldn't be the same without a shooting gallery. Tell me what you guys have in store there.
So we have an animatronic shootout saloon with different, targets that move when you shoot them. And so just put in some coins and have some fun, get some target practice.
So we're talking about young kids can see if they're good, be it a novice or a sharpshooter. You pretty much accommodate them all.
Exactly. And then, if folks want to get wet, we also have squirt gun fun. So inside of the giant Miners Maze, we have hidden water fill stations. We have super soakers that we provide groups with. And if you want to have an awesome water fight, then, we'll hook you up with some guns and you find the fill stations and have at it.
Obviously, those some of the newer activities you guys have out there, but what you're really known for here is the maze. I mean, share with us what this Miners Maze is and what does it consist of?
So it's the Miners Maze. It's a 5,000 square foot, 2-level maze. Everybody gets a passport. With that passport, you clock in at the entrance, and then you're looking for gold, the letters GOLD. So you got to find these letters that are hidden in the maze. Then you clock out of the exit. Depending on your time, you can win prizes. So you're running through trying to find gold, punching the letters out on the passport, clock out of the exit, and then you can win different prizes.
How fun is that? That is so cool. I mean, what is an average time to get through the maze there?
The average time is probably about 12 to 15 minutes.
About 15 minutes, but I see somebody holds the record there for right near 10 minutes.
Yeah, and some kids, when they're really quick, they've done it 7 or 8 times, they'll get down into 3 or 4 minute range. So
that is amazing. Share with me here, you've also got a maze up there that really looks like a captivating cobweb, if you will. What is that all about?
So it's a web crawl, a multi-level web crawl with a slide coming down. And it's something that younger kids really enjoy because they're able to kind of navigate, move the webbing and navigate their way up the vertical maze.
So you can absolutely scale to some new adventures here, be it 3 stories high if you're dangling up there. You can also do some climbing there on the Magic Mountain climbing wall. Share with me what kids are able to do there.
So we have a 4-route climbing wall, everything from easy to advanced and expert level. So you know, it's a traditional climbing experience. If you enjoy rock climbing or mountain climbing, then it's a good opportunity to come out and get some action-oriented fun.
Speaking of fun, what I really like about this, Jared, is the fact that kids here in Colorado all winter long, they're hooked up to their electronics. This is a great way for them to really get out, stretch their legs. A lot of the things you're talking about are obviously fun, but they're also great exercise. Great for adrenaline junkies. You guys have the Silver Spring Bungee. Share with me what that's.
So it's exactly what it sounds like. They're bungee trampolines that you get harnessed into, and then you jump as high as you can, and then our operators help you out a little bit. So you can jump, 3 stories in the air. So pretty exciting. But yes, absolutely, we're very focused on action-oriented fun here. We like getting kids out. We like getting families out. That's why we started the business. We're focused on developing that and growing that for family values.
Family fun for any age, any size. Like you said, if you're older teenagers, you can get up there and get yourself challenged, but all the way down to the little toddlers. I mean, you've got basically tunnel tumblers, you've got bounce houses to keep them pretty happy as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's things for all ages, from 1.5 years of age up to, we had an 87-year-old grandmother doing flips on our bungee, so folks of all ages are welcome here.
My favorite attraction was jumping. Well, I was kind of nervous because when you go up high, your tummy just tickles.
One of the things you mentioned earlier was the fact that you actually have squirt gun fun, which is a great way to cool down during the summertime. But you guys actually have a way you can actually play in the water without actually getting wet. I'm looking over there and taking a look at some kids inside of a bubble. Share with me.
Sure. We also have water walkers. So you get inside of a giant 8-foot bubble, and you're able to walk and skip around on the water without getting wet. So if you want to play in the water but you don't want to get wet, it's an awesome opportunity.
My favorite thing is those water ball things, because they're fun.
Little kids, obviously, they're always looking around, wanting to meet Digger Dave. Where's the best place in the park to find him?
Well, sometimes he'll come out and visit, depending on what's going on for the day. Weekends, he likes to come out and peruse, with guests and just have fun and give some high fives. But yeah, absolutely, you'll find him just hanging out in the mines sometimes.
So you got to just have a keen eye out, be looking for him, pretty much like a miner.
You can't miss him.
Obviously, Jared, the name Miners Maze ties in nicely to the folks here in the West. Do you still keep true to that name? And we got some miners running around here.
Absolutely. In fact, we're getting ready to add a brand new mineral panning setup where folks can get different buckets of different gems, minerals, and treasures, which they can take into sluice and mine for. So we're excited about that.
I love this place.
Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. On the website, obviously, you're going to see all the different activities that they've added. This place has quite changed since I brought my young kids out here. You're going to find that not only is it just for kids anymore, but we're talking about a full family. Like he said, all the way from the small ones, teenagers, up to even grandparents. I mean, even if a grandparent wanted to come out here and experience just the scenery, you guys got the Rio Grande train right there. They can take a ride around.
Yeah, so folks really enjoy the Rio Golden Railroad. The train actually goes around the entire park. It's been around up here, for the last 20 years, and we've taken that over. We've worked to improve that. So we've added a couple scenic view things and whatnot. But the views from the train are amazing. I mean, you see the foothills, you see the mesas. I mean, it's beautiful.
Definitely beautiful. You had touched on earlier the fact that basically this got to be a great place for some team building. I mean, if you're a corporate family out there and you want to get together and learn to bond a little bit out there, that's something that you have group sales available for?
We focused on building our group and team building efforts. We have trained professional facilitators that work with corporate, school, and different rec groups to build productivity and functionality with each group. We will customize a package to fit needs. Maybe a group has some special needs they need to work on. Maybe kids just aren't getting along, their communication skills. Maybe, they're not being very productive at work, or, they're just not being quite as motivated as somebody like to see. And we'll actually work with that team to improve the group dynamics of that group. And we've had a lot of success with that so far. So
it's fantastic. I mean, you guys definitely are the professionals of fun, the family that plays together, stays together, and that goes in the corporate world as well as the family unit. Quite honestly, people pretty surprised when they come out here and realize how much you got going on this much land here.
We pack a big punch with a small fist. So yeah, absolutely. We have a lot going on. We can accommodate a lot of people. We'll have groups from 10 to 5,000. We have a group of 5,000 coming later this summer. So
it's crazy. Yeah. I can't imagine that. It really fills up quick. That is so cool. Speaking of groups, this has to be a great place to host a birthday party.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, we have covered picnic birthday areas for our party guests. And everybody gets their own, birthday party special package. We have, bags to give guests, for party favors if they like. We can also provide pizza and other food as well for our party guests.
You really customize it for folks out there thinking about having a birthday party. You can actually just go on the website, take a look at the different levels of parties they have for you. You just decide what you want. But regardless of what size of group you got coming out with, you're going to have a great time. We're talking about easily located here. They got great parking just minutes from the front gate right here. And obviously this is a family business that got you involved, and you're still focused on the family unit as well as the corporate family as well. One last time, guys, take a look right on the bottom of the screen. You can find them on Facebook there as well. Make sure and click like right there. They'll keep you apprised of any specials they got going on, or maybe some new activities happening. You can also join their fan club as well. That's a great way to make sure you keep in tune of what are some of the specials out there. Someone who's never been here before, what would you tell them?
Well, we're super close to downtown Denver. Come and check us out. We have free parking, free admission. You only pay to play, so that you can just hang out. If you're a grandparent and you have kids, there's no cost to come and hang out with your kids. You can watch them play and enjoy that. So there's a lot of things here to do at Heritage Square beyond Miners Maze Adventureland. There's Alpine Slide, there's Heritage Square Amusement Park. There's a lot of different shops to check out. I mean, the place is a hidden gem. It's the second oldest operating amusement park in the country, and we really pride ourselves on being a Colorado small business.
Colorado small business that is creating smiles and making memories here with Miners Maze Adventureland in Golden, Colorado. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.